Hi girls! So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I did a full face of SeneGence makeup on a model. I didn't want to do it on myself. I wanted to show you how I do it on a client's face. I'm going to walk you through the entire process from start to finish. Eyes, face, lips, absolutely everything. And I'll talk about all the different products that I used and how I used them. And I did gear this video more towards makeup artists that might be doing makeup on a bride. So keep on watching if you want to see how I achieved this look. Okay, so the first color I'm going to take is Candlelight, and I'm just going to use a kind of like dense synthetic brush, and I'm just going to cover her entire eyelid all the way from the brow bone all the way down to her eyelashes. And the purpose of this color is just kind of to create like a smooth blank canvas to apply the rest of the colors. Okay, now I'm going to take the shade Mulberry as my transition color, and I'm taking like a really big fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna put that in the crease of her eye. There's no real rhyme or reason into how to do this. You just want to bring the whole look together with a transition color. Okay, now I'm going to take the shade Mocha Java, and this is kind of like a mid-tone brown shade, and I'm just going to concentrate this on a fluffy brush, this time mostly on the outer corner of her eye, just to kind of deepen the color up a little bit more. You really want to create a gradient when you are using these shades. The more the gradient, the better. It's just going to look more blended. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the shade Smoked Topaz. This is a little bit of a deeper color, and I'm going to use a dome-shaped definer brush. It's a little bit smaller. It's not as fluffy. It's just better for going into that outer corner of the eye. And I'm just going to take this corner and stay within the outer part of the eye. It's kind of like the outer V portion of the eye, and this is just going to deepen out that outer crease area, and it's just going to make everything look a lot more smoky and blended. And you'll notice that I'm also going back in with that big fluffy blending brush just to kind of smooth out the edges like after I've applied the color. Okay, now I'm going to add the shade Garnet. It is a deep brown shade. It has some warm undertones in it, and now I'm just further deepening up that color. You'll notice that I use multiple colors, and the reason why I do that is because I feel like it makes the eyes more gradient, and it just makes the blending a lot more prettier, and it makes them more smoky rather than just going in with like one or two colors and just trying to do a eye look. I love layering colors. So I'm just deepening out that outer corner of her eye, and it just makes the look a lot more smoky. And then you'll notice I'm going in with that fluffy brush again and just blending out further. Okay, now I'm going to go in with Sandstone Pearl Shimmer, and this color is going to be the star of the show. I'm going to use a synthetic flat brush for this, and people really know me for this technique. I love doing this technique with shimmer shadows. You'll notice that I'm pressing down on her eyelid and sliding my brush down. I call it like the press and slide kind of method. I learned it from Tamana from Dress Your Face. But this method is amazing for any color that has shimmer or glitter. It just helps the color pop a lot more. So I'm pressing the color down and I'm sliding it towards her lash line, and then I kind of go back and I blend out the edges, but I don't try, I try not to disrupt the actual color that I've already placed on the lid. It just keeps the pigment really strong there, and it keeps the color very vibrant. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with the Rose Gold Glitter shade. This one is going to just really add a little bit more shimmer to the eyes. And instead of doing the press and slide method, I'm now patting this color on because this one has a lot more glitter in it. It's not so much a shimmer. So I want to just get that glitter on her eyelid. So I'm using that same flat synthetic brush, and I'm just pressing this glitter onto her eyes just to make them pop a little bit more. And I really feel like this just adds a lot of beauty to the look. I just love adding that little bit of glitter to the eyes. Okay, now I'm going to take a square flat brush, and I'm going to go back in with that dark brown shade called Garnet, and I'm going to line the lash line with this. Instead of using a liquid liner, I feel like doing it with shadow is a lot more smoky and sultry, and so I'm just pressing this onto her actual lash line. And then what I'm going to do is grab a pencil brush, and now I'm just going in and furthering the smudging technique. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is grab a makeup removing wipe, or you could even use a baby wipe, and I'm just going to wipe away any fallout that might have happened onto the face, so like any glitter or any of the shadows falling down. And this is why I like to do the eyes first. I like to keep the face like absolutely perfect, so by doing the eyes first and then wiping away any kind of like errors, it just keeps the face perfect. So it's up to you though. You can do it however you want to do it. This is just the way that I like to do it. Now I'm going to take some LashSense on a disposable mascara wand, and I'm just going to get her to look down without closing her eyes and just apply mascara on her lashes. And I'm just going to do a little bit of mascara. I'm not going to worry about doing too much because I'm going to end up applying a set of strip lashes on her anyways. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is apply a set of strip lashes, and I use the House of Lashes black glue, and the lashes I'm using are the 523 black lashes by the brand called Kara Eyelashes, Kara. They're just nice and pretty. So I made sure that the glue was super tacky before I applied them, and now I'm just separating the lashes, and now they're good to go. Look at the difference lashes make. They're just so pretty. And now I'm going to go in and apply the second lash, make sure that one's nice and tacky. If you guys want to see an application video on how I do lashes on clients or whatever, let me know, and I might be able to do that. Just comment below and let me know if that's something that you want to learn. And sometimes if you get a little bit of the lash glue on the actual lids, you just take a little bit of just like a Q-tip and you just like wipe it away. Okay, now I'm going to take the Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer, and I'm just going to use a flat foundation brush, and I'm going to apply this all over the face as a primer. And you're going to notice that I'm using downward strokes. I don't like to lift the brush upward. You want to keep the peach fuzz down, and you want to fill in those pores. So I'm applying the product directly into her pores and sliding the brush downwards. And that way you make sure that all the pores are nice and filled, and it just creates a nice smooth base for the foundation to go on afterwards, and it just makes everything nice and seamless and pretty. And over time, the Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer will actually help to reduce the pore size too. It's amazing stuff. You can even use it on its own without any makeup on your face. You can just use it as a treatment if you would like. And then I'm just going in and I'm just adding a little bit more of that garnet onto the lash line now that the lashes are dry. That way it just keeps everything nice and smoky, and it just makes it look seamless, and you don't see any of the glue. You can't really tell where the lashes start and where they end. It just keeps everything nice and smooth. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the color correcting tinted moisturizer. This product is life-changing. If I had to choose one product from SeneGence to live with forever, this would be it. I'm using the shade Light on her, and I'm just evening out her skin tone. It just gets rid of all redness in her skin, balances it all out, moisturizes her skin. And then I'm going to go in with the Makesense foundation in the shade Ivory, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I used Ivory for her. And I'm just using a damp beauty blender to blend it into her skin, and just applying a nice layer of this all over her skin. She's got really nice skin, so it blends in really easily. And then what I'm going to be doing here is applying light concealer under her eyes with the other end of the beauty blender. And this is just to get rid of any of those dark circles under her eyes. And I'm just pressing it right into her skin. Make sure that you get the inner corners of the eyes too. And then I'm just taking the remainder of that light concealer and just covering up any blemishes that she may have on her face. Then I'm taking the natural translucent powder that we have, and I use the damp beauty blender to put it under her eyes, and then I'm just using a brush to just blend it out. And then I'm just going to apply the same stuff all over her face just to kind of set the foundation a little bit so it's not sticky or damp in any way. Then I'm going to use the deep shade of the color correcting tinted moisturizer, and I'm going to contour her cheeks with this. I actually really like this for contouring. It just gives a nice contour to the skin, and I find it works kind of like on all skin tones, and it looks natural. It doesn't look over the top. And then I'm going to take pearlizer and Blushsense in the shade Terracotta. I love this shade of blush. It's a cream blush, and I'm applying that to her cheekbones. It just gives the nicest glow to the skin, and I love adding pearlizer to it. It's a liquid highlight shade. It just gives such a nice glow to the skin. And then I'm just going back over with the Beauty Blender just to make sure it's nice and seamless. And then I just added a little bit of extra blush because, hello, I love blush. Then I'm taking that pearlizer on its own with a fan brush, and I'm just highlighting at the top of her cheekbones. Then I'm going to highlight her nose and a little bit of her cupid's bow, a little bit on the chin, and just gives, look at that, instant glow, instant beautiful skin. Okay, now that the face looks awesome, there's obviously something missing, brows. So I'm going to take ShadowSense in the shade Smoke Topaz. I really like to use this shade on most skin tones because it has that kind of like ashy undertone to it. I really don't like using anything warm, so I would never use like Mocha Java. I just think Smoke Topaz is the perfect shade for brows. So I'm taking an angled brush and I'm working it through the brows, and as I'm filling it in, I'm taking a spoolie with no product on it and I'm going back in and just blending it out because you want this to be dispersed in the brows really, really well. And I'm just following the natural shape of her brows, and I'm just extending the tail a little bit and filling in the sparse areas so it looks really natural. It doesn't look like it's like a Sharpie brow. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that Smoke Topaz a little bit more, and I'm going to mix a little bit of that, I think I used Garnet or Mocha Java, I can't remember, one of the two. And I'm going to take that flat square shader brush again, and I'm going to be applying this under her lash line, and I'm kind of pressing it in kind of like a liner. And then what I'm going to do is smoke it out very, very lightly. And what I like to do, especially under the eyes, is layer colors. You already saw me do that on the top of the eyes. Well, I'm going to do it again. Now I'm going to take Mocha Java and open it up, apply a little bit of it on my palette, and then take that and add that underneath the line I just created. And that's just going to give it a little bit more dimension and make it look more smoked out. And it just helps to blend out that darker color that I already applied as well. And it just makes the eyes look so nice and smoky. I mean, look at that. Then I just take that brush again underneath and just blend out the edges. Remember, I like blending. Then I'm just going to take that same mascara and apply it to her lower lashes now. I like to make sure that the face is done and like the concealer's on and it's all powdered and set and ready to go before I do the under eyes and before I do the mascara under the eyes too. I just like to make sure everything is nice and perfect. And then I'm just going in with a little Q-tip. Wait till the mascara is fully dry before you do this. If you have any kind of mascara marks anywhere, wait till it's dry and then use a Q-tip. Then what I'm going to do is go in with the Silver Rose powder and just apply that to her cheekbones. It just adds another nice flush of color to her skin. Okay, and then I'm just getting her to use a makeup removing wipe, and I'm just having her wipe off whatever foundation or powder was on her lips. And now I'm applying LipSense. You guys know the drill. Apply it in 3 thin layers. I mixed pink champagne and Aussie rose in equal parts together. I think it's a very pretty lip color combined. And I'm just applying that to her lips. And then I applied the Glossy gloss. And I'm setting her face with our hydration mist. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Beautiful bridal look. Absolutely stunning. I love that it's kind of like a daytime smoky eye. It's not too heavy. We have that glow on the cheekbones. We have that natural kind of looking skin, and then that very soft lip. Like, look at that glitter on the eyes. It's so pretty and soft. I just love how this turned out. Let me know how you like this look. Oh my goodness, isn't she just stunning? I absolutely love everything about this look. It just screams beauty.
So there you have it. I hope you guys enjoyed my first ever full face SeneGence look on a model. Let me know what you loved about it, what your favorite part was, and also let me know what makeup looks that you would love to see down the road, because I would love to do more tutorials for you guys. And let me know, do you like seeing it on a model? Do you wish you would have seen the look on myself? Do you wish I would have had it, you know, a little bit closer up on camera? Just give me some feedback. I would love to hear from you. And I am going to be doing a series of makeup looks on models. So be sure to keep on watching and stay tuned to see the rest. Bye!